Hello, everybody. So I was just riding around on a scooter. I got my breakfast, and I hear there's supposed to be an immigrant get together at a park, something Paco Park. But I was riding around the state capitol, see something's going on, and there is something going on. And there's a dude over there. So, a dude supporting Trump is walking around with a Trump flag, and somebody with his who's not actually, I think, a licensed security guard is wearing a security shirt, and he's just up here. I think that dude's name over there is Andrew. I don't know if it's him. Hello. Do you know what this get together is for?
Yeah, we're having a rally calling for an end of the deportations and to save public education.
Oh, okay.
That's what this is.
Alrighty. I just figured that every weekend there's going to be a protest here for the next 4 years. What's the one tomorrow?
Same,
Same?
same issues.
Supporting immigration rights and stop ICE. Alrighty.
If you Google, how do you feel about
Uh, well, the United Nations Universal Declarations of Human Rights say that a human, can claim any nationality they choose, and nobody can say otherwise. They cannot. Yeah, I don't remember it could be Article 13. I don't remember, but anyways, it specifically states that anybody can claim any nationality, and a nationality cannot be held to somebody. So if, let's say, doesn't matter if they're Ukrainian or Palestinian or German, because these were made after World War II, that if let's say a person from Germany is in anywhere, France or America, and somebody says, "Hey, we don't allow you in Germany," that person can claim to be, or in America or France, they can say, "Well, I identify as an American or French."
it? Yeah,
Yeah. So you can claim your own. You can claim any nation. Yeah.
very interesting. Very interesting.
So
Good to know.
you know, if somebody is claiming that they are an American, they have the human right to claim they're an American. All right. So, and then there's also the right to travel, which means that if right to travel freely and safely. So they're not allowed to put you in a detention center and hold you for any amount of time. And there's also a human right that says arbitrary detention is unlawful. And at the time, arbitrary was defined as constitutional. So you can only be confined in America if you violate the Constitution or being accused of violating the Constitution. So,
Maybe deport him?
well, I mean,
That's another question.
right? Well, here's the thing. I mean, technically, you guys probably have a permit, right? Okay, so, um, yeah, well, God, there's so many different Supreme Court rules and laws and statutes.
Right.
But basically, if you have the permit to be here, um, let's say just the promenade, all right? So a different organization would have to stay out of this brick circle.
I get it.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
very welcome. Good luck. All right, so that dude, So this guy's not allowed to be on here. He has to be over there. All right. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. All right. I'm going to eat my breakfast burrito. So, yeah, there was a trash can up here, maybe down there. Um, there was there's a march or protest, a get together at a park. Um, so yeah, I don't see a trash can. Sir, do you see a trash can anywhere? Oh, the dude's down there where his counter protest is lawfully allowed. So, yep. So the black dude over there with the beard, I believe his name's Andrew or Alexander. He has repeatedly threatened and stated that I need to be beaten and raped. He believes in child sex trafficking. Yeah, he's right over there. Good morning, sir. How are you? Doing good. Cool if I show your stuff on a live stream? I don't mind at all. Yeah, some really cool buttons and t-shirts. We got the good old fashioned fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, that's necessity right there. Gulf of Mexico since 1672. Right? Say it any other way, you're getting booted out of the press corps, which technically is illegal. Oh, that's crazy. Too. I applied for an alternative press pass. I've not gotten any response. Oh, so FBI list. Oh, I'm already on enough of them, dude. I've been to federal prison. Yeah. I went to federal prison for a Facebook comment I didn't even make. What? Yeah, I went to federal prison for a Facebook comment. Served 40 months on a 40-month sentence. No good times. Welcome back to the world. Yeah, it's over a decade ago, but yeah. Yep.
But they're still doing shit like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy, man.
And not only that, they're allowing other countries to do it to Americans.
That's right.
You know, if you repost a tweet or a comment that's critical of the British government or the British Empire, and you go to England, they can arrest you. Yeah,
That's crazy.
they can arrest Americans.
Is that jurisdiction though? Like, if I said something over here, how you gonna fuck me over there for saying it?
They don't give a fuck. Fascism's making its fucking hardcore wrong.
It's like fascism knows no borders.
Right? Yeah, fascism knows no borders. Yeah.
They just enforce them for crazy.
So there was a get together at God, that park Paco's.
Sanchez?
Yeah, Paco Sanchez. Yeah. Are they marching over here? Or
Yeah,
they
they're
just,
on their way. I'd probably say 15, 20 minutes out.
all right. Because I was actually going on the scooter, about to head over there, and I am always stopping by the state capitol because every day, weather permitting,
Yeah.
you know there's going to be a get together, a protest, or a march here for the next 4 years.
I seen a lady yesterday. She had a sign that said, "If Kamala won, we'd be eating brunch right now." It was like it was Saturday morning protest. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel
I had mixed feelings about that one too, but
um,
because I mean, Obama was our president. I when a lot of the anti-immigration stuff that came out, he was
yeah,
the reporter in chief.
yeah. I just read something online that said Bush started ICE, and I think it was 41 separate counties across the United States, and it was about to collapse when Obama inherited it, and it didn't have enough budget. And then Obama started sending billions to it. And instead of just being in, what do you call it, 41 separate counties that were specific, it became all 3,000, what, 3,500 counties in the United States. So every county got ICE.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? That's the thing that always got to me about Obama. Because I mean, I seen the neighborhood where he grew up in. I didn't.
Allegedly, right?
Yeah, well, in Grant Park in Chicago, when he was a senator, he lived in a pretty humble condo. It was not the greatest area and stuff, right? Obama was a humble guy. Um, how the fuck did he end up in three $25 million mansions? On a
Yeah.
$250,000 a year for 8 years.
Mhm.
Like that totals, two, if you didn't spend any money, you're coming out of your 8 years with what, 2 million
Yeah. Yeah.
jobs. How does he have $25 million mansions?
Well, it's real simple. You start a nonprofit, and everybody donates it. So, like lobbying and bribing, then the nonprofit now has billions of dollars.
Yeah,
And
when we have the conversation about why our politics fucked up like this around the whole world, that's really what it comes down to is money and who gets to buy these assholes, really, because what's really going on. And now they're not even being subtle about it. Now they're just turning the White House front lawn into a car
yeah, the car dealership. Yep.
It's crazy. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I'm
I
gonna
love
get
your
a couple.
shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. My buttons here, they're $5. My t-shirts are $20. We
Okay.
take cash, card, or Venmo. Okay?
Okay. I think I'm gonna do the
Immigrants. Yeah.
probably. Are they like regular sizes?
These are regular sizes. Yeah, they have like just a unisex cut,
Yeah.
so they'll probably be a little
Check a medium.
medium. Should be good. Here's my medium.
Usually get the large
So
this way.
Oh, here comes the protests and the march. You can hear them. They're over there. Yep.
I said about 15 minutes, and I'm pretty.
Oh man. So I gotta find a trash can. Got a first aid tent. Is this all trash? Oh, here we go. So the march is coming up. Um, here we are. Let's go check it out. This march is being led by what appears to be Native Americans or indigenous First Nation people. We have the dude down there who supports Ukraine, Palestine, Syria, Libya, and Iran. Alexander, hello. How are you? Doing all right. Nice to meet you too. Uh, just been traveling a lot. Got back from Turkey. Got a new hairline. The hair's supposed to fall out. The naturally grow. I'm waiting for it to fall out. Okay. Plan on going to Dubai at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. Yeah, I'm working at the union. So if you know anybody looking for a job, we're hiring like 100, 200 people. We normally start out at $40 an hour. Really? Yeah. And we hire felons, obviously, because I'm one. Your information. If you go to your maps and type in IATSE, IASTE, and our office is 14th and Curtis. Yes, that's it. Yep. It should come on. Yeah, right there. So if you scroll up a little, there should be a website, and you go to the website. There's an email, and all you got to do is prove you're not a bot. You got to send them an email saying, "Hey, I hear you're hiring. This is my name, and this is my contact info." If you have a resume, you can send that. Most people don't even have a resume. And then within 2 weeks, you get an orientation, and the only requirement is if you pick an orientation date, show up. That's how they know you're going to show up to work. So then you download an app, you pick your own schedule, and you work whenever you want. 303 564 5933. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna shoot you a message, brother. Yes, sir. What's going on with the wrist here? I got ran over here a couple years ago. I almost lost this hand. Yeah, that was you were telling me that last time I saw you. Okay. At the People's Fair. So all right. Have you heard that Trump and some of his cronies were talking about a convention of states that they now control the House and the Senate, and that if they do a convention of states, they're allowed to rewrite the Constitution. So that's why I'm wearing this shirt. It makes sense. Can you explain it? Because that's basically what it is. They want to have a silent coup and a silent civil war. Yeah. Yo soy la sangre del indio, soy latino.
soy mestizo. Somos de todos colores y de todos los oficios. Contamos nosotros, aunque le duela al vecino, somos más americanos que los de Chico lo que. Y si no miras la historia, aquí se está en gloria, la poderosa nación.
I may have to go get a cup of water, but I think some people have bottles of water.
We made it. Right now, the right way with
Okay, I got it right on the screen. All right, here we are.
all silent, struggling.
That dude was out here about a half hour before everybody got here. That's the dude who's yelling.
All right, here we go. A name inherited from her great grandmother. On the maternal and paternal sides of her lineage, she descended from the Dakota leaders, including Chief Colbert, young American horse, and the crazy horse land. Chad. Well, give us a blessing for where are we at? At the street medic. Yeah. Okay, I'll come.
Wow. I think we got to go get that guy on camera and see what's up.
Oh dear.
My fucking god. My fuck.
Yes. Yes. You hear now? Yes. My chest, 1, 2, 1, 2. Denver, can you hear me? Denver, my name is Dr. Brian Cavazos. I am a part of our Voices, our Power United. Together we rise. Let me hear you say, together we rise. It's important for us to remember that courage is greater than fear, and that unity is greater than division. We are stronger because we're together today. So, in order to open up today, I wanted us to start with something called Inglakesh. Inglakesh is a greeting of Mayan folks that means you are my other me. We hear it also in the African continent as Ubuntu. I am because we are. We hear it from our Native American brothers and sisters when we say, you are my relations, right? So this is human in all the ways. So please repeat after me. It says, en la que aquí, tú eres mi otro yo. You are my other me. Si te hago daño a ti, if I do harm to you, me hago daño a mí mismo. I do harm to myself. Si te amo, te respeto. If I love and respect you, me amo y respeto yo. I love and respect myself. And in that spirit, in Marrakesh.
As we go on with the program, we have some incredible individuals that have come together in unity with our effort. But I want to remind us of this. Remind ourselves that we organize, we march, not because we have to. We march and organize because it's necessary right now. To be strong. So I want to thank all of you. It's emotional to see that here we are taking the streets again. But we have to let Trump and the federal government and any government know we are not slaves. God's government is for the people, by our people.
All right, folks, and our first speaker for today is Jeanette Vizquera, immigrant mother and CEO of Metro Denver Sanctuary Coalition.
I am ready. How are you today? My feelings have angry, depression, indignation for this administration. I'm senior activist here in Colorado national level. I have 28 years fight for all rights, for labor rights, civil rights, human rights, equality, even right here in Colorado. Lopez to pray for me. I need everybody to understand what happened. Quiero que entiendan. Esta lucha no es de
Oh, sorry, I went on the live.
lucha por mantener a Palestina libre. Esta lucha es de todos.
Today is just not a march for immigrant rights for Palestine. Today is a march for everybody to keep everybody free and liberated. Yeah.
Today, no es communist, socialist, anarchist, immigrant, white, indigenous. Today, this fight is for everybody. This government affects all people, not specific Latin people or immigrant people. In 2018, I'm in sanctuary. I lost my liberty 3 times in detention centers for what Lord City, Colorado. I lost my liberty 3 times. I need a refuge and sanctuary for continued fight for my family, for my community, for all immigrants.
Got the pen.
Absolutely. Abolish September and this year 2019 for the government decision, the 45 administration. The separate parents, the kids, and the borders. Who did it engage? Yes, enough. Enough. Not possible continue fight for 47 administration. Coming other time, you have decisions. Whenever person like jumping for real fight for immigrants, contact me. I need context, not for fight for art, good. I need real allies for confrontation. For confrontation, this administration damaged all people, indigenous people, American people, immigrant people. How many people work in this administration for government in this moment lost a job? Some people vote for this guy. Is he fair? Pick up the job? This guy fair? Pick up to benefit the Social Security, the Medicare, and no way? Everybody needs fight for this small group, the people, every people. These people not take decision for my person. And the types of people that speak to me, you need to come back into country. I'm proud Mexican, brown, indigenous people. I'm born in America. America is one continent, not one country. I have no right to stay here the other person. This is bigger than any one moment. It is about building something lasting that will echo beyond today and for generations to come. We march because our voices matter. We ride because our communities deserve it. And no matter how hard the road gets, we will keep moving forward together. Join us every time we act. Stand with us. Rise with us. Together, we are unstoppable. With an educator, Jennifer Anderson. Jennifer is a local educator dedicated to supporting migrant students. Be clear, I don't use immigrants. We're not immigrants. This is our homeland. And now our principal endeavor, she works to provide liberatory education for all. Good afternoon, members. Solidarity. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. As you heard, Denver is not just where I live, it is my community, my home, where I grew up. And I'm here to tell you that we must protect our community now more than ever. Recently, while scrolling through my Instagram feed, I saw an ad for red hats. Like many of you, I felt a rush of emotion, triggered even. But when I looked closer at the notorious white embroidered text, it said, "Make America not racist again." I'm not naive enough to believe that America is ever free of racism, but I do understand the sentiments. Because right now, the rhetoric surrounding our immigrant families and students is dangerously racist. They're called criminals, they're labeled as aliens, as illegal, they're treated as if they are unworthy of education, of safety, of simply existing. America, do better. Every day I have the privilege of working alongside undocumented staff and students, and every day I see their fear. I see students crying, terrified that their families' homes will be raided, that their parents won't be there when they return. I see students who hesitate to come to school, afraid their personal information will be shared with the government to deport their loved ones. I know an educator who just had a baby, too afraid to send her undocumented husband to the store for formula, fearing that he will not return. I know a teacher who was told to go back to Mexico and had a milkshake thrown at her for speaking Spanish. I know someone who hired a para, and as she walked through the school, she said, "Didn't Trump sign an executive order to make these students not speak Spanish in our schools?" She resigned within 2 hours. I know students in desperate need of mental health support, but not enough resources to provide it. I hear from parents who believe their homes are being watched, their families in danger. It makes me want to scream. I want to shout, no one is illegal on stolen land. I want to know you are human, you are valuable, you are worthy. I want to remind everyone, unless you are indigenous or the results of being brought here against your will, you are all immigrants. Immigration, not deportation. Basta con la migra. Don't be afraid, my brothers and sisters. But we are afraid. Schools should be safe zones, but the truth is they're not. Despite my best efforts to build trust, to protect, and to educate, the system is against us. The law, the administration, the government, they're failing us. We demand action. We demand justice. End the criminalization of immigrants. Stop using language and policies that dehumanize our undocumented community members. Protect undocumented students and families. Schools must be legally recognized as sanctuary spaces where no child or family fears deportation. End ICE raids that tear families apart and leave children without their parents. Give us realistic pathways to citizenship, create accessible and humane processes for undocumented students, educators, and families to gain their legal status, hold hate accountable, and form stronger protections against racial discrimination for our students and educators. Enough is enough. Our community is watching. Our community is listening. Our community is here, and we will continue to fight for change. Of the Chicano movement, State Representative Lorena Garcia, who believes in us and got the permit for us to be here. Our councilwoman Rod Ahmed for walking with us. Our public school superintendent marching with us, and our House District Representative Cecilia Espinosa for marching with us. Thank you. Of the Chicano movement, Lorena Garcia, she's state representative of House District 35 in Adams County, Adams is out, and serves as executive director of the statewide family coalition. So good to be here. I want to just thank, first before I get started, everyone who has the shirt security written on their shirt. Thank you. Our federal government has failed us, and they will continue to fail us. And with the same veracity that our security had our back on this march, we need to have each other's back. The fight for freedom, the fight for justice is local. It is right here. It is right now. It is in our houses. It is in that building. It is in this building. It is local. Because the federal government is not going to protect us, our families, and our communities. It's up to us. Are you going to stand up and make sure that our neighbors are protected? Are you going to stand up and make sure that our schools do not get shut down? Are you going to stand up and make sure that their campaign for ignorance doesn't come to pass? What they want is for all of us to be dumb. What they want is for our kids to not learn. What they want is for each and every one of us to be afraid. And I'm not gonna lie, that their movement is gaining ground. But we are more, we are bigger, we are better, and we own this land, and we will not let them get away with their hate, their bigotry, their racism, and their theft. We all deserve freedom. But freedom can only exist when fascism dies. Freedom can only exist when we fight against tyranny. Freedom can only exist if we fight tirelessly. So let's do this.
Thank you so much, President Garcia. A good reminder that people power is greater than the people in power. It is my honor, my pleasure to introduce Elder Rick Williams. Elder Williams is from the Lakota and Cheyenne community, founder of the People of the Sacred Land, and a reminder of the power when we come together in unity. This is very personal for me. This is the homeland my great-great-grandfather on the Cheyenne side, my great-great-grandfather on the Lakota side. They had winter camps on Cherry Creek. Going back as far as 1800. Welcome, relatives. Welcome to our lands. Stand. I think about an injustice against one person and an injustice against all of us. We have to stand united. We have to stand with each other. Fight the tyranny. And all of the stuff that goes on a regular basis. Lakota Machiapi Lakota Vihasika. My name in Lakota is Tohobo. I speak from my heart, and my mind, and my thought. Today, I want to first thank our drummers and our dancers for making my heart come uplifted. It's very good. Now, okay, all the people who helped put this together, it's here for them. I only have one important message for you. Everybody, everybody put your right hand up, 2 fingers. Put it on your right cheek and bring it down at 45 degrees. That's our sign. Never give up. What are we gonna do? Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. We will survive because we are, in the eyes of the Creator, created in every way. The end of the prayers will be Dr. Love, all my relatives. So you see, we are, despite what they try to do, we are all related. Our minds are green, hearts are deep. I'm going to give you a cautionary note. Our future is in a very critical stage. It's our life support. The next 30 to 60 days are going to determine whether we live and survive as free people in America or become Russians. Oh, thank you. Now let's give it up for Rick one more time. I'm a brother in the struggle and all this happening. Now I'm humbled and honored to introduce our next speaker. I know this man not only as the current preacher mayor of Denver, but as a friend and a relative. It's a great honor and that he would come and join us and lift his voice with us.
Is that Wellington Webb?
Please put your hands together for former Mayor Wellington Webb.
Wellington Webb. Got a shit talking match from that guy when I was a kid in Telluride, Colorado.
I'm glad to be here today. I hope you're glad to be here today. I'm glad to be here today. Joe, you're here.
Yeah.
Get some water. Is this water? Have a cup, please.
Hold on to
Thank
your cup if you think you might want.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Wait, he's about to flow away.
Thank you.
Wants to subjugate us to Russia. He wants to make us a second-class country. He wants to frighten our kids when they go to school. Frighten our parents. We need to be holding protests in front of Tesla Motors. Encouraging people not to buy Tesla automobiles. We need to sell it and get rid of it because we have to hurt them economically. Economically. Now, I suspect a lot of people, and you know many of them, they're surprised at how things turned out. Many of you wish they could vote again. Many of you wish some of you out there wish you could vote again. Because we know that they're friends and allies of ours. They told us when we were opposing Trump, that we were on the wrong side. And we said, just wait and see. So who is he going after? He's going after people of color. He's going after veterans. He's going after women. He's firing federal employees. He's firing and getting rid of programs for your mother and your grandmother and your kids. You have to be willing to stand up and fight for the long term. All have to fight for the long term. Fight for the long term. If you're serious about this, if you're not serious, you need to go home. If you're not serious, you need to go home. Anybody can go on a march. March ain't enough. Are you serious about this for the long term? That means we have to fight tomorrow. We have to fight next week. We have to fight next month. We have to fight even a year. My brother from the Dakotas and Lakota talked about we have 30 to 60 days. We have to understand what's going on in Washington. They want to make us subjects. They want to make us subjects. Some people want a king. We don't want a king. Some people just voted wrong. And now we wish we had them back. So what I'm doing here today is to say, a coalition of allies, we have to come together. This rally today should be black, brown, white, red, and yellow. We're all precious in God's sight, but we all are suffering from the same maladies that are taking place because we're being afflicted by the same issues. The same issues, whether they're coming out of D.C., whether they're coming out of Boulder, whether they're coming out of the State House or City Council. We have to stand up and be counted. It is not how many in the rally, it is not how many in the march, it's how strong the heart is of those that are marching. I would rather take 10 committed people than have 100. I'd rather have 100 committed people than 1,000. Because I know my 100 will outwork, outfight, and outdo anything the 1,000 will do if they're committed. And so my message to you today, are you committed to the long-term struggle? If you're committed to the long-term struggle, raise your hands one more time and say, we are committed to the long-term struggle to save America. To save America. God bless you. It is a reminder that it is not a sprint, it is not a race, it is not a marathon, it is a rally. We gotta pass it on to the next generation the way they have done it for us. It is my honor to introduce Taiwan. After the Vietnam War, Taiwan family fled to the U.S. as refugees and stayed in camps in the Southeast Asia. Today, she's the founder and executive director of Gangster Food Rescue, who advocates for justice as we know all stop fighting towards all liberation. Thank you, time.
Witnessing their version of democracy, sexual violence, and blatant human rights violations. For 38 years, I lived as a person without a country. Now, even those with green cards, legal residents are safe. I know what's right to be displaced. And thank you for you. Yeah.
I knew I'd have to give more.
I was like, we're down to 10. Bring more next time.
which is probably going to be at least every weekend for the next 4 years.
Thinking we're trying to do at least every 3 to 4 weeks, probably every.
Well, there's supposed to be another one tomorrow, just with a different
Yeah,
organization.
that one's the Latino Advocacy Day, and we have a bunch of people in our work who are also like participating in that conference. But one thing we want to do, I know, like show the whole statement.
Is it here? Are you aware that Bernie Sanders and AOC are showing up next Friday? Yeah, right over there at Civic Center Park. I think they're both kind of worthless, but I want to go there and voice my opinion. Thank you again.
Actual criminals walk free. As a sexual assault survivor, I refuse to accept a system that pays billions of dollars hunting down hardworking people while rapists roams free. These resources should be used to deport actual threats, not families, not kids, not people trying to survive. Because if we don't, the abusers don't just walk free, they become president. We are not statistics on a spreadsheet. We are your neighbors, your friends, humans. Detaining and traumatizing children isn't just a jest, it's heartbreaking. A space station of violence against our people. We cannot sit back and watch this happen. We have to stand up for each other. Be the community we want to live in. Fight for justice. Fight for basic human decency. We need a system built on compassion, not cruelty. A country where everyone feels safe, where everyone has a chance to build a good life. That's the kind of Colorado, the kind of America I believe in. And together we can make it happen. We can do better than So you know, can't ever do anything without a little monkey talk. You gotta work it. Join me and welcome to Teatro.
Hola, buenas tardes. I just always wonder how we got in charge of saving the country, right? When we started, I wanted to say, you're all, bring you something from the 70s. We want to share a couple of songs with you, and one of them is connected to a person we actually did one of those researches things on your family tree and stuff. They followed the Garcias all the way to Mexico in the 1500s, because there was a lot of stuff happening in Mexico in the 1500s, right? And they got the fact that somehow messed around with the Zuni and maybe, right? But they only covered the Garcia part. They never really covered the indigenous. It wasn't like there was a follow of the next generation of the Spaniards too. But they came in about 40 of them by the end of the century. There was like 40,000 of us. So this is a song by Daniel Valdez, and say it was really about those who were here in the beginning and those who will still be here long after all the others are gone.
Oh shit! Somebody passed out. Some old lady just crashed out in the heat.
All right, vamos, you all know the song. Canta con nosotros. Oh.
Let's hear it one more time for the.
So they have a permit till I think 6 or 6:30.
Last stop, we'll let you go. And I think it's like right now, we're trying to introduce Rudy Gonzalez. Rudy is a freelance physician de la Gata and son of the Chicano movement. He continues to fight for equity and justice, carrying forward the legacy of his father, Rodolfo Jorge Gonzalez. Thank you.
No, you good. You good. You're fine. Don't even trip, yo.
This is the weekend when the Crusade for Justice was attacked because we supported it. And last week, children of lost his life for believing in us and the work that we needed to do as relatives to our Christian relatives.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday, but it's a beautiful day here in Denver. Again, thank you all for marching with us and marching with Nita, my sister, and some of my families here, and our electeds who came out and marched with us. Thank you so much. What happened to our mayor? Oh, he's 84 and I think I can take him in a one-on-one. Anyway, yeah, Manuel Thunderbolt, right? But and all our speakers, and Tony, Castro, thank you for the inspiration. Manolo, Carlos, thank you for that leadership from us Lopez here. Kurt, thank you for helping really identify that leadership. And you know what? We know there's a lot of people that aren't here, but what's important is we are here. We're here. Because we are community. We come from our community. And, there was a thing I did early this morning. I got on Secretary of State's side and I changed my affiliation from Democrat to unaffiliated. Because I'm over and I talk and stand here in the spirit of mine. All right, look at that, huh? That's a good sign. That's a good sign. That is a very good sign. Anyways, I stand here in the spirit of my father, Rodolfo Jorge Gonzalez, my mother, Geraldine Gonzalez, my sisters, my brother, and our family. And to say that we're in a time, and it's not 1950, they wanted back to 1850, where slavery was okay, where no dogs or Mexicans are allowed, where native brutality was okay. In fact, it was the law of the land. And right now, we think there's nobody out there that's going to stand up for us. It is us. We have to do this. We have to do this. We have to stand up. Our politicians at the federal level are not there. They're not there. Keep thinking to what my dad said. Republicans and Democrats are the two-headed monster eating out of the same trough. And, I think about all of the things happening. Here we have probably the last guardrail, the courts. and judges are fighting against him day after day. But I think back to what Andrew Jackson, who started, was president at that time of the Trail of Tears. And when the judge found against him, he told him, get off your bench and enforce it. And so we have the courts that are fighting against him day after day, but we do not control the Department of Justice. We do not control the FBI, CIA. We never have. But even more so, it's being weaponized against us. The military is being weaponized against us. We are getting gutted. And, you know, the budget that they just passed, the 10 Democrats, including Senate Leader Chuck Schumer, helped pass because they were afraid to shut down the government. Excuse me, they're shutting down the government. They're banning the government. What's the difference? What is the difference, especially for our communities, when we've never had the benefit of government in our corner, the power and control and wealth of government in our corner? Now we have unelected oligarchs. See, who's going to work in this country? Who's going to serve in this country? Who's going to run or not these departments? And so, again, it is us. It's us. We have to stand up. And it's you young people. A lot of young people saying, well, it is your energy. It is your passion. We're getting old. The doctor told me I got OLD. That means old. And but we're here, just like our fathers and our aunties and uncles, our mothers, our grandparents were there for us when we were marching. I remember the first march in 1966, 7 years old. It's 2025. And we're here. We're here to help direct you, to help guide you, to counsel and advise you. But it is up to you. It's up to you if you want to continue to see this country go the way that it's going right now, and usurping and taking whatever kind of power and authority that we have enjoyed. So stand up, get up. Let's march. All right. And, you know, let's make a difference. So, que viva la raza. And thank you to yourself and all of the staff who came and family and friends who came and supported today. Thank you so much. Again, another reminder that this is a long, long road. We need to pass the deadline. Maybe just expecting yourself the first time that you wanted to march. You know, we know that nothing has changed. We continue to fight the same way, the best of our es mi honor poder introducir Lucy Molina. Lucy Molina es una luchadora en lo que viene a ser en contra del racismo. Lucy ha luchado contra su autor porque su autor ha tratado de ensuciar, de posicionar lo que son las comunidades chicanas inmigrantes en la ciudad de Commerce City. Mientras ella continúa siendo una madre, una luchadora y una migrante para nosotros, es mi gran placer poder introducirla en este momento. Gracias. Usually go from away from my buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. A little bit of Spanish here, right? I'm going to share a short little mini poem kind of and then jump into my introduction. So education and deportation. We are children of immigrants. I am the past and the present. I am here and I am now. I am Mother Earth that cries out from deserts and rivers, mourning from the souls for the souls of her children. I am the Father's voice in the shadows, on the rooftop, the voice of our brothers and sisters, in los campos, in the fields, and the restaurant kitchens.
I am the linguistically gifted child from different countries reading a book, dreaming to make this country even better. We want education, not deportation. Right. Why does our skin insult you? Why do you attack our children, our abuelitas and abuelitos, our families and communities that only long for a better life? So let's fight, fight, and fight. Yo soy Lucy Molina from Commerce City. Well, yeah, We're actually, our council just passed a climate emergency. I know what it's like to fight for my life. I live next to the biggest leader and the eyesore of the state of Colorado. It's a sticky situation, I know. So hey guys, I have to say that. Many people as an environmental warrior here, right? I am Mexican American, the firstborn child of Jose and Teresa Molina, union leaders, and that also marched with Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. Yeah, my padres son chingones también. I was the first to graduate high school and go to college in my family. My sisters for bachelor's degree. Mi gente, we are mothers, fathers, teachers, chefs, lawyers, doctors, roofers, farmers, truckers, entrepreneurs, and artists. Even elected officials. Yeah. I am a public servant. And I am honored to serve as a board member along with my colleagues on an all-historic Mexican American Indigenous board in Adams County. That is the Adams 14th District in Commerce City. And now for years, we have been fighting and protecting public education and fighting the privatization of education. For decades now, our education has been under attack, guys. Our education has been under attack. Okay, it's good, bad, that's why. We know an educated and informed community makes informed and educated decisions. Of course, they're gonna want that, right? Instead, they're not gonna want us educated, right? Instead, they want us bright enough to be slaves for their corporations, for pennies, and dumb enough not to know what's going on. It means that this administration is determined to dumb us down and make it a new America no matter what. This does not make America great. No, it makes corrupt politicians rich. We find wars, not education, tax the rich, instead of family separation. For our nation to be great, we need healthy communities. It's time for universal health care, clean air, and clean water. Stop the leaders in sick and uneducated communities. So stop thinking on human misery. The future is now. We got that. You see, I need to see you yesterday. Let me remind us once again how our brothers and sisters lost their lives just to have higher education. And it's a sad reminder that an educated man is a threat to the system, but an educated woman, a black or brown man, is the threat to white supremacy system. The white supremacy system. The past was great to teach us, guys. The future is now. See some credit. Let's go. And now I'm so honored to introduce Karen Aron. She's a young student at school with plans to study at Colorado State University. Oh, I thought you were Never mind. Las miradas están tener que callarme, de pensar que voy a saber de hablar mi idioma, solo para no ser juzgada, para no ser víctima vista como algo distinto. Cansada de sentir miedo cuando salgo a la calle, de saber que hay una sombra de odio que sigue a cada paso que doy, que me recuerda que no todos mis derechos iguales, no importa lo que haga, lo que diga, siempre hay un rastro, una señal que me dice que no pertenece. Pero a pesar de todo esto, sigo soñando, soñando con un mundo sin fronteras, que no importa la gente, la piel y la cultura, donde todos seamos nosotros con la lucha somos seres humanos con sueños, con derechos, porque no somos nadie, no somos derechos, somos personas como cualquier otra. Lo que no está hecho para nosotros, si nos pone barreras invisibles, seguimos adelante, seguimos resistiendo, no nos vamos a rendir. Alza mi voz, sé que mi voz tiene poder, sé que cuando alzo la voz, no solo que nada, sino que somos todos los que no pueden o no se atreven a hacerlo. Es la voz de nuestra gente que no puede para ser escuchada, para ser reconocida. Y alzo mi voz porque sé que podemos cambiar este sistema de nuestra lucha, nuestra persistencia, nuestra resistencia es lo que necesitamos. Tengo miedo, sí, tengo miedo. Miedo de lo que pueda pasar cada vez que salgo a la calle, miedo de no ser aceptada, miedo de ser tratada como si no tuviera derecho de estar aquí. Pero ese miedo no me detiene, lo uso como fuerza, porque sé que mi voz, nuestra voz, puede cambiar las cosas. Y aunque el camino es difícil, aunque las barreras siguen ahí, seguiremos luchando, porque nuestros sueños no tienen fronteras. No hay muro que nos detenga, no hay frontera que pueda borrar lo que somos, lo que queremos, lo que merecemos. Y la lucha sigue. Our next speaker is also a youth speaker, a future, a pride, a new Camacho Rastoni, the senior young center for international studies and it's a powerful voice for I don't want to use the term immigrant, but I am refused for migrants. For migrants, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Buenas tardes. My name is Aileen Raston Camacho, and I'm a 17-year-old who's a senior. Today I came here to tell you a very important story about my life. A story about my parents, my mother, Cynthia Camacho. So basically, my parents had grown a team that worked day and night. Day in the morning working a job, and at night taking care of my sister and me. At the age of only 17, my mom was expecting a child. At the age of 23, she had two. Regardless of that, not being able to graduate high school, she worked and worked and worked. Despite people telling her she couldn't, despite her having two kids, she worked so hard to protect her family and to make sure that we were safe. My mom immigrated to this country at the age of just 15. Not knowing where she was coming, not having a stable home, she jumped home to home from my auntie, from my grandparents, she was going everywhere. Despite that, she still moved on and she still did amazing. She came from Juárez, Chihuahua, a country of violence for the occupancy of the Marquez. But I'm not here to tell you that Mexico is a horrible country and that it is ugly and that it's filled with cartels. I'm here to tell you that that culture is beautiful. However, it is not the safest for everybody. I'm not here to be a criminal, to be a racist, to be a drug addict. Came here with a dream, one dream, to have a better life for herself, for her kids, for her grandkids. Being a daughter of immigrant parents has never been something that I have been ashamed of. Nothing that I looked upon that has been looked frowned upon. I am proud to be Mexican descent. I am proud to be a Chicana here in 2025. And I will continue to be proud of that. Oh, and thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right. That's good. If you are the king of an immigrant, make some noise. If you're an immigrant yourself, make some noise. And if you're a local immigrant community, absolutely make some noise. All right, it is my pleasure to introduce Christina Sandoval. Since 2005, Christina has fought against the broken immigration system. Her husband was unjustly deported 2.5 years before finally receiving his LPE en 2023. Desde el 2005, Cristina ha luchado contra este sistema inmigrante de manera desde que su esposo fue deportado hace 2 años y medio. En 2003, él logró recibir su documentación. Aquí está Cristina Sandoval. Gracias.
What's up, Sandra? Woo! It's my voice breaks. It's my strength and patience because it saved my life. I sing together we stand. Together we fight. Together we have fallen. Time and time again, we have always risen together. I want to thank you both for the space and time to share my story. The stories I should have never been. Not only am I U.S. born, I also had 5 U.S. born children who were unjustly born into it. I'm sorry. Married my husband in 2005. He has
They call me most of what they call you. Excuse me.
What's up, yo?
Hey, Governor,
Sir, I do not have any cash on me.
you bad news.
Good luck.
When my story started, I paid for my husband's freedom. I paid and I paid and I paid. Got married in April of 2005. In 2013, after my husband's bond, I was obligated to return my immigrant to the ICE detention facility for deportation because they did not want to give me papers without reason. He's not a felon. He's not a criminal. He had nothing against him except wanting to better his life here and in Mexico. Sorry. And they told me they were going to take it from my side. I don't get love. I don't get love. My children are not a burden to the society. I told wow. I wasn't just, I was Anna. I haven't been American. After that fight, when I won, I became Palestine. I became Iraq. I became my medicine. I became all children are important. I became all respect. For you educated out there. I don't shelter from my husband. I was hearing. But I love that for you guys to take up. I would have known they got a shelter. I would have known they could be enough. I would have what would you break? Fight. You can fight like hell. Wonderful. I've been rallying behind you. Big love. Have rights because we have them, even though they try to take them from us. Right? Why do I pray long after us? Because my children deserve it. And your children deserve it. That son deserves to live united with their family.
So, as we come to the end of today, I'm going to take a second to remind you all that this is just for a moment in time. And we just see, right? The fight continues on. There's multiple ways you can get involved. Right now. The first thing is go to OPOPUnited.org. Our voice, our power, United.org. If you go there, there's going to be a list of places you can voice on. And let them know you speak. Let them know that you do not support those who do not support it. No vamos a apoyar a la gente que no nos apoya. So use your money, use your power. Once again, people power is greater than the people in power. Time and time again, it was workers and students that stood up and made it possible for us to change the world, change countries, and change governments. Boycott Tesla, boycott Amazon, boycott Target, boycott Walmart, boycott Home Depot. Let your money speak for itself. Again, OPOPUnited.org. If you would like to get involved with the movement, this is not the last time we're going to That's it. Thank you everybody for being here. Gracias por estar aquí, por estar unidos. Let's get it going. Our voice, our power, united. Our voice, our power, united. Our voice, united. United. Our voice, our power, united.
Jesse Moon.
Our power, united. Our voice, united. Power, united. We have one more point, Joe. My bad. Pass it down, pass it down. All right, to close us out today, we have youth voice. I know the governor said it. Our nation is united using the party to put in Mexico.
Don't be sorry to be silly.
What?
Don't be sorry to be silly.
Oh, I think I will. Thanks for that. I know they're so good. They have some other cherries.
Have any more of the
Keeps you alive. I must admit, how it's called America. For I've learned your real thirst is quenched only by her blood and tears. And it will not be satisfied until you take every last drop, America. Until you can devour every one of her children. Only then may you find what you've been hoping for. And what is it, America? For after it's over, we know you'll want more. Wasn't it you who taught me to love thy neighbor as thyself? I must have been mistaken, America, because your promises of liberty to keep my people safe, we know now it was safety we needed from you all along. We realized it then, back when that first ship came ashore. So you send us away, America. We are what you made. This is the rage that you gave us. We are your backbone, America. This is our future, our fight. This is our home too. Our Canada. No matter what you do, America, I bow. Strengthened by my people. You'll never take our spirit and our love. Not then, and not now. Thank you.
All right, folks, let's hear it one more time for a great poet tonight. And once again, thank you for being here. Gracias por estar aquí. Please get home safe. Sign up to be part of the movement, and we'll see you at the next one. Before you go home, make sure you clean up after yourself. Please help by picking up trash or anything else you see. Thank you.
hello? Thank you. All right, so that's that. It appears my scooter. Somebody's riding it over there. Excuse me. Well, it appears all the scooters have been taken. So I'm gonna walk home. That was that.
And tell them what's happening. I'm gonna see about. I don't remember who was that one. It was one of the it was one of the.
So yeah, supposed to be another one tomorrow. There's a protest at the state capitol every weekend for probably about the next 4 years. So yeah, everybody in YouTube land, stay warm for you, stay warm, stay cool for you, stay cool, stay healthy, stay safe, stay sober for choosing sobriety because I'm choosing sobriety. Peace. Love you.